So I want to show you this play first before I show you the one that we really care about. As you can see, the Chiefs are lining up their linebackers on the defensive line as dogs. This is a mugged up dog look. What does that mean? You got two linebackers in the A gaps, like defensive tackles, kind of, looking like they're going to blitz. They've also got Karlaftis stood up on the edge, right? They've got an overload with two corners over here, and this one doesn't look like he's looking at a receiver. It kind of looks like it's going to be a zone blitz from the right, right? And then you just got Chris Jones, obviously, and you're overloaded to your right. So Josh Allen sees this. He motions Amari Cooper across. He sees that nobody moves. It's zone. He makes a check at the line and says, hey, relax. They're blitzing or they're playing zone. And it ends up being nothing, right? So Steve Spagnuolo is showing you his left hand. He's hitting you with his right. He's showing you, hey, look, I'm coming. It's a big blitz. It's all, look at all my guys down there. And then he pulls out, right? And throughout the game, he keeps doing this. Every time they overload, they walk those linebackers up into Josh Allen's face. They crowd the line with their corners and safeties, and they say, look, we're coming. We're coming. And they don't come. Or, well, we're all on the left. Look over here. Bang. Right hand, right in your face. So throughout the game, Josh Allen's learning. And that's important because on 4th and 5 with the game, the season, a ticket to the Super Bowl in New Orleans on the line, the Chiefs line up very similarly, right? They got Nick Bolton walked up over the middle, mugged, A-gap. Is he blitzing? They've got George Karlaftis stood up out here. He's got to be blitzing, right? Same as last time. They got him stood George Karlaftis, a power edge rusher, up. They've got a linebacker in the middle, and then they got these two. Why is Justin Reed down here? He's a free safety. He's not covering a right tackle. He's not covering anyone. He's blitzing, right? Oh, no, that's what you want me to think. So they're showing you, look, they're all walked up. You're going to have an overload rush to your right. You know, and you probably got these two guys coming too. We're hot. We're hot as hell. We need extra help. Wait a second. I'm wise to your game, Steve Spagnuolo. You keep on showing me your left hand and hitting me with your right. I don't care about your left hand. I know what you're going to... I know your tricks. You're showing me this. So you're probably doing something different. I know. Most of the game, you've been showing me blitz left. Showing me blitz left. Hit me blitz right. So I'm going to slide my protection. I think you're corner blitzing me from the bottom of the screen. I think this is all just an elaborate ruse to get to base cover 4 with a blitzing corner. I'm wise to your shit, Steve Spagnuolo. So, the way you combat this is you slide your offensive line to the left, to the bottom of the screen, like this. Now, before film heads get on me, I know that's not the best way to draw up a pass protection scheme, right? Because you got to go backward, but it's the clearest. Just everybody's responsibility shifts down, right? Because you're showing me that you're gonna blitz off the right side, but I know your games. You're not doing that. You're blitzing from the bottom of the screen. I'll shift my offensive line left. I'll have plenty of time to get this orbit play out. What's the orbit play? Let me show you the offensive routes. I get so caught up in the brilliant defensive cat and mouse that I forget about the actual offense. So we're going to have Khalil Shakir, our primary receiver, our number one receiver, run this orbit motion that the Bills are very fond of. They've run it throughout the season. They ran it a bunch in this game. You want to see? Go check out the longer video with every drop back. But basically, he's just going to run back to become a running back, and then he's going to run a swing route. Really simple, but because of all that motion, he usually gets lost in the shuffle, especially in more complex defenses, especially zones. It's the perfect primary receiver for this particular play. You're going to have Amari Cooper run a little drag and up. His entire job is just to pull the defense away from the intended receiver. You're going to have Mac Hollins run a deep dig. His job, take those safeties and any linebackers in the middle of the field and just keep them over there. We're trying to give this ball to Shakir, right, over here. Trying to keep my hand in camera. We're going to push your linebackers towards the middle and deep. Buy space for our receiver. Keep your safeties deep too. The final decoy is also like probably the secondary receiver on this play if everything goes properly. We're going to have Ty Johnson, our backup running back, line up as a receiver. He's just going to run a drag. And it works in two ways. One, it's a little bit of a decoy. It pulls linebackers towards the middle. They can't cheat over to Shakir because they have to play the middle of the field honest. And two, if they don't, hit your running back middle of the field, he has 2 yards to go after he gets the ball, that's a first down. And then a third reason is if this play actually does materialize, he'll be over on the proper side of the field to be a lead blocker for Khalil Shakir downfield. That's how you get the big chunk out of this play. It's going to be one more receiver. And if you watch this game, you know who it is and what he's doing. Dalton Kincaid, your tight end 1, is going to run a deep, that was sloppy, a deep corner. I can't draw this corner for my life. Maybe it's a sign. Now, I'm actually not sure if this play, in fact, I'm pretty certain that this play does not call for Kincaid to be a legitimate target. He's a decoy. Get the safeties out of the way, preoccupy the linebackers, put everybody in conflict, and just draw attention all to the top of the screen, right? Everybody except for Ty Johnson, the lead blocker / drag, and the intended receiver at the bottom of the screen. Everybody's pushing away from this red intended route. But it would all work so lovely if these best laid plans came to fruition. However, Steve Spagnuolo was telling you, oh, look, I'm going to hit you with my left hand. And then he hit you with his left hand because this is the defense that he actually runs. That look pretty friggin' confusing to you? Okay, good, because that's the intention. The pink is what Josh Allen thinks he's getting. The blue is what he actually gets. Well, actually, the blue's only what he's supposed to get because Brian Cook busts his coverage. This light blue zone is what Brian Cook ends up actually covering. So, even more mess. Are you sufficiently confused? Good. I'll clean it up and show you what actually happens on this play. But understand how confusing this got. All right, much better. So this skinny, extremely thin zone up top is what Brian Cook should have done and didn't, which is why Dalton Kincaid's wide open, right? Nobody is in that particular third of the field. There's nobody on him. If Josh Allen had a little time, that's probably a touchdown. But unfortunately, as you can see here, we've got 3 blue arrows, right? If you can see my mouse here, here, and here, or sorry, here, here, and here, they're just not blocked. Better yet, all 3 of these pink guys, pink circle guys, they're just not blocked at all. They're not accounted for because Josh Allen was so sure that they weren't coming because all day, look at the left hand. Haha, hit you with the right. And finally, on the very last play of Josh Allen's season, Steve Spagnuolo says, oh, look at the left hand. Haha, left hand. Just the ultimate changeup on a full count. Josh Allen was expecting a 100-mile-an-hour heater. Actually, Josh Allen was expecting a changeup low and away, and instead, Steve Spagnuolo threw 100 right down the middle. Josh Allen was left with his bat on his chest. Nothing he could do. Because of all this, Allen is screwed, and the orbit motion comes out of play. Let's run the film, get to it. Here's the orbit motion. Shakir comes back into the backfield. Nobody moves. It's zone, but literally as soon as he gets the snap, there's pressure coming through because Josh Allen has 2 offensive linemen doing literally nothing, right? The left guard and the center have no responsibilities because they were shifting left and there's nobody to shift left to. It's a debacle. It's a disaster. It couldn't have gone worse. So now you've got two completely unblocked men, and you've got a cornerback on a right tackle, a cornerback who's already got a step, right? So he's just going to run right around him. Josh Allen doesn't have time for the orbit, right? I saw the Ben Solak video. I don't hate the idea of throwing to the intended receiver here on the orbit swing, right? Khalil Shakir at the bottom of the screen, but this is where Josh Allen realizes he's fucked. Maybe he could stand square in the pocket. He doesn't have to turn, right? Josh Allen chose to roll to his right. He could have stayed where he was and just backed up, like on a screen pass. He wouldn't have enough time, because theoretically, if he had done that, right here is where he'd be able to get the ball out, maybe, and get hit. It's not going to be in time. You're going to have too many chances for Chiefs defenders to break down on that ball. And the reason I don't hate Solak's opinion is because, there's a chance. If Josh Allen keeps square, right? He keeps square, he zones in on his intended receiver. Right here, Khalil Shakir versus Mike Dana. Plenty of room. The problem is Shakir has to go 20 yards with the ball in his hand to get a first down. Yeah, it's only Mike Dana right now. 35 can still turn around. I believe that's Watson. Right? I mean, Nick Bolton can turn around. Like there's a lot that can happen in 20 yards, and this play isn't quite developed enough for me to want to dump that off. Instead, Josh Allen's running for his life, and he realizes right here, oh my God, my season's on the line. I'm going to die, but there is literally nobody in this entire region of the field. And that's exactly where Dalton Kincaid, second year, first round tight end, like supposed to be our guy. That's where he's going, and nobody's going with him. If I can get it close, easy first down, field goal range, maybe even a touchdown. No, you don't want a touchdown because then you leave Mahomes a minute and a half, and that's like a minute and 17 seconds too many, Bills fans. But Allen found a way to make chicken salad. It's not the best chicken salad. The best chicken salad is to break a tackle and throw it out to Shakir, and easy pass, and it's an easy first. It's beautiful. It's scheme is good. But he found something damn good. So while he might not have made the perfect read, and he might not have made the intended read, he made a damn good read, and he made a damn good throw to try to exploit that read. Let's look at it. Getting hit, falling backwards, ball's at the 25. The real shame of it is, if this ball is placed just outside, here, easiest way is this way. If this ball is placed somewhere around here, touchdown. Legitimately touchdown. Unless, of course, Dalton Kincaid drops it. But he would never drop a pass like that, right? Anyhow. Instead, the ball's at the 25, and it's inside the hash mark. And I'll show you the tight copy. You'll see the placement much better that way. But it's still got to get caught. It's a great throw. It's under so much pressure. It's a really good job of identifying the coverage while running for your life, despite the fact that you were completely confused pre-snap. Like, nothing that Josh Allen expected pre-snap came to fruition, and he still managed this. That's a Hall of Fame. Like, they put the picture of this play in the Hall of Fame when Dalton Kincaid makes this catch and the Bills run about a minute more clock on their way to a touchdown to beat the Chiefs, go to the Super Bowl, and then beat the Eagles because it would be more fun that way. But then this happens. You hit a first-round pick tight end who's compared to Travis Kelce. You hit him in 1, 2 hands and the titties. That should be a catch. Kincaid knows it. Puts those hands right to his face. Should have used them on the ball. Poor tracking by Kincaid as well is something I want to mention. Allen throws this ball, and sure, I drew a little circle around where the ball should have been, right? Like, it should have been way far downfield leading him. But Kincaid's got to realize the second he makes that break, oh, my quarterback is in the air, and there are red jerseys putting him in back out of the air. I need to slow down and track this ball. It's probably not going to be where it needs to be, right? And right here, he recognizes ball's underthrown, but he misplays it. He overruns the ball. He doesn't throttle quick enough, and that's why he's sliding backwards to make the catch rather than getting under it like a fair catch punt, right? He overran it. He mistracked the ball. So Josh Allen expected a changeup, and instead he got a heater 100 miles an hour right down the waist. And he swung anyway, and he caught up to it, and he hit a ball right above the wall, and it got robbed. Right? He almost hit a home run anyway. Right? Steve Spagnuolo said, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you with the left. Josh Allen said, I know you're coming for me with the right. I know you're trick, old man. And Spagnuolo hit him with the left anyway. The old Princess Bride. I think that you think that I think that you know that I know what you know that I think that I know. Overthought it. It was simple. You saw three dudes to your right. They blitzed from your right. But it doesn't matter because Josh Allen made a brilliant play, right? Because of his protection gaffe, he wasn't able to swing the ball out to the orbit to Shakir, which is probably almost certainly a first down if it has enough time to develop and marinate. But it didn't. And Josh Allen's body was too turned anyway. And maybe Josh Allen could have run and did a loop-de-loop and bought a little time for Shakir to get open, and then it would have worked. But that's a lot of if. Instead, we live in the real world where Josh Allen evaded two tacklers in space in the backfield, threw the ball 30 plus 30 minus 100, 40 yards downfield to a wide open star tight end, and he dropped it. Josh Allen's teammates let him down, not just on this play, on a lot of plays. And if you want to see all the plays and figure out why Josh Allen was expecting such a weird kind of blitz and why Dalton Kincaid had a lot of plays worse than this one in this game, hit the card above or wait until the end screen because I made a video breaking down every single snap, every drop back, not every snap. You don't have to watch all the tush pushes. But anyway, that's all the time I got, and I got 3 more games to break down today before I have to go back to work tomorrow. So, until next time, I'll be grinding film. Asta.